All right, today we're going to unwrap a legend. No, it's not a story about heroes and swords, but it is epic. It's a story of sticky rice, banana leaves, and a whole lot of heart. This is the Epic of Lemper. Just picture this for a second. You've got this warm little packet in your hands. Steam is rising as you carefully peel back the banana leaf, and boom, this perfect cylinder of glutinous rice appears. The smell, it's this amazing mix of toasted leaf, coconut, and something savory inside. It really makes you wonder, how can something so simple carry so much weight, so much history? Well, let's find out.
You see, to truly understand Lemper, we have to start with its soul. And in Southeast Asia, that soul has always been rice. This isn't just about food, it's the very foundation of entire civilizations. I mean, just look at this timeline. The history here is just staggering. We're talking about rice being cultivated in this region for thousands of years. By 901 CE, you have Javanese inscriptions that are already listing rice, or wars, as a key part of big ceremonial feasts. So this was way more than just dinner. It was seen as a gift from the gods, especially from Dewi Sri, the goddess of rice and fertility. It was, and honestly still is, sacred. But Lemper uses a very specific kind of rice, glutinous rice. Now, there's a science to it, sure. Its stickiness comes from a starch called amylopectin. But culturally, oh man, that stickiness is everything. It's this powerful physical metaphor for social bonds, for family, for community, for heritage that just won't let go. That texture isn't just a cool feature. It's the whole point. So, with this sacred, super symbolic grain as our foundation, the story of Lemper travels from the ancient rice paddies right into the halls of power. This is how it leveled up to become a royal snack. Lemper as we know it was really perfected in the Keraton, the royal courts of the Mataram Sultanate in central Java. You gotta think of these courts as these incredible cultural incubators where everything from dance to food was refined into an art form. Lemper was designed to be elegant, easy to carry, and just sophisticated. It was the kind of food you served to important guests to show them respect and hospitality. So how did this royal snack get out into the world? Well, through this incredible tradition called merento. This wasn't just people moving for a job, it was a real cultural journey. Starting back in the 19th century, Javanese people began leaving home, looking for new opportunities in places like the Malay Peninsula. And they didn't just bring their bags, they brought their culture, they brought their music, their traditions, and of course their food. Lemper was a literal taste of home, a piece of their identity they could hold in their hands. And this brings us right to the true heart of Lemper. This is not a food that's made by one person alone in a kitchen. No way. It's a food that is literally wrapped in the spirit of community. This all happens through a practice called Rewang. Okay, so when there's a big event, like a wedding, the entire community, neighbors, relatives, everyone, comes together to help cook. Making hundreds, maybe thousands of Lemper isn't a chore, it's a social event. It's an act of bonding. And while all those hands are working together, washing rice, prepping the filling, wrapping each little packet, stories are being told, recipes are being shared, and culture is being passed from the older generation to the younger one. Someone from a Javanese community in Malaysia just said it perfectly. Kuih Lemper is not just eaten, but made together. That just gets to the core of it, right? The process, the act of creation, is just as meaningful as the final product. It's all about reinforcing those sticky bonds of community, just like the rice itself. Now, as Lemper settled into new places, it started to adapt. It evolved. So in Indonesia, the classic is Lemper ayam. It's steamed with this beautiful, fragrant chicken filling. But in Malaysia, it often became pulut panggang. Here, it's usually grilled over charcoal, which gives it this incredible smoky flavor, and it's often filled with spicy dried prawns or fish floss. They're different paths, different flavors for sure, but they were born from the exact same source. This deep connection to history, to community, is exactly why Lemper is so emotional for so many people. It is so much more than a snack. It's a powerful symbol. I love this slide because it breaks down such a powerful metaphor. People see the banana leaf wrapper as the baju, or the clothing. It's the outer identity, the thing that signals authenticity and belonging. But inside, that sticky rice, that's the soul. It represents the community, the family, the heritage, all bound together so tightly you can't separate the grains, and you can't separate the people. And this feeling of it being essential is captured so well by another local who said, if there's no kuih Lemper, it feels strange. Like if you're at a wedding or a big feast and it's missing, the whole event feels incomplete.
It's a cultural staple, a little ritual that says, okay, this is us. This is a special moment.
But in our modern, super fast-paced world, what's the future for a tradition that's so time-honored and so handmade? Does this epic story have a final chapter? The challenges are definitely real. Those skills to make lemper, which used to be passed down so naturally through Rewang, are getting weaker between generations. And with the convenience of store-bought snacks and fast food everywhere, the tradition of making lemper at home is feeling the pressure. It's that classic battle, right? Heritage versus modernity.
But Lemper is a survivor. It's adapting again. It's moving from the traditional markets, the Javanese pasar, into cool specialty cafés and online businesses. Entrepreneurs are rebranding it, framing it as a premium comfort food, and they're tapping into this powerful sense of nostalgia for a new urban generation that's craving a genuine taste of home. And this really gets to why it endures. This quote says it all. Lemper is just more than food. It carries the cultural and spiritual DNA of the people who make it. It's a vessel for memory, for identity, and for community.
Now, this often leads to that big question of ownership. Is it Indonesian? Is it Malaysian? But you know what? Maybe that's just the wrong way to look at it.
At the end of the day, it's all about perspective. Political borders are a pretty new invention. The story of Lemper is ancient, it's fluid, and it's shared. These different versions aren't competing against each other. They're just different chapters in the same epic story of a region that's been connected by water and trade and family for centuries. It's a beautiful thing, really, a testament to a shared heritage. Remember, understanding the map of a culture, that's power.
Especially when that map leads you to the best snacks. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.